Uh,
So you kind of flexed it.
yeah, I mean, it hurt. It hurt, no doubt. But it's football. You know, you're going to end up banging it up. I knew I probably would most likely bang it up again. But I'll be ready to go next week.
Can you talk about the interception that happened between you and Jada
Just on the wrong page. I don't know. I should have probably just, I don't know, maybe took a sack or something. But we were just on different pages.
You figured he was going flag?
Yeah,
Flag and
yeah. I went flag, and I guess he felt that he was getting played a different way, so he kind of broke the route short. I just have to be better with my eyes.
Steve, 10 straight losses to Oregon. Can you put it into words how frustrating it was?
It is frustrating, especially when you're going toe-to-toe with a team like that. And then it just kind of got ugly, halfway through the fourth quarter. But, man, I'm proud of our team. We have a good team. We've just played a very good team. But we're definitely one of the best teams in the country. But it's just kind of hard matching score for score with a team like that.
Can you describe their defense, Keith, in terms of their athleticism and speed and how difficult it was to
they have a fast defense, man. They have some good schemes. I think their coaches prepared them pretty well. But I think it just came down to execution. I think I could have had a better second quarter than I had. But I mean, game is over. And all we could do is come back ready to go for Arizona State next week.
Talk about execution, the way they can score. Does it feel like you guys almost need to play perfect just to hang with them?
I really wasn't expecting them to score. I think our defense did a good job, gave us opportunities. I think our offense, at times, we had a drive in the red zone, we didn't score. Who knows? We scored that drive. Maybe our defense get a little bit of momentum. So I think we have to be better in the red zone next game.
Talk about the second quarter. You started great in the first quarter, then you went 104 for 8 yards in the second quarter. What was the difference between the first and second quarter?
Just trusting my eyes and trusting my reads. I think I was a bit too cautious at times, just not wanting to lose momentum because I knew once I turn the ball over there, that's what Oregon do. They feed off of it. So I think I could have been a little bit more aggressive in the second quarter. But I just tried to manage the game from there on.
Sark said that after you got in the second half, you guys weren't able to be as balanced as you maybe would have liked, and they were able to really get after you quite a bit. Did you notice that the pass rush got quite a bit more intense in the second half?
Oh, yeah, definitely. They started kind of coming after me, kind of pinning their ears back and coming. They knew that we needed to throw the ball in order to get back in the game. We started throwing the ball a little bit more. So that's when their pass rush came.
Steve, how would you describe the difference between where you guys are at as a program and where Oregon is?
Man, we're not far. We're not far. They made more plays than we did, fair and square. That's a good football team, a really good football team. But as you've seen, man, we was going toe-to-toe with those guys. We had an opportunity to kind of tie the ball game. Then they hit an explosive play right after we kind of brought the game to 7 points. So we're not far at all. They're a very talented team. They deserve their rank. But we're not far away from being right there either.
Sark said that their defense did some things to try to muddy your what you were seeing out there. What were they kind of doing, and what kind of an effect did it have when you were?
Well, they did some stuff that they didn't show all season. A couple coverages. They was walking around trying to confuse me a little bit. I just had to stay true to my reads. But they did a good job, man. I'm not taking anything away from them, but we still need to execute better. I think if we execute the way that we're capable of executing that game, would have been closer, and maybe we would have had a chance to win it. I'm not sure, but we just have to play better all around.
Did you have any doubts about the thumb during the week?
Nah, man. I knew I was going to play. I understood that I probably wasn't going to be able to throw the ball the way that I'm capable of throwing the ball. But like I said earlier in the week, I wasn't going to use that as an excuse because if I would have performed good or performed the way that I did last week, then all of a sudden, so that's no excuse. There were still some reads that I wish I had back. But unfortunately, I didn't see the whole field tonight or today.
You chased down Mariota after the game. What did you want to tell him?
Oh, man, he's a hell of a player. It's respect, man. I respect that guy. He came out here and he led his team. There's a lot of quarterbacks, but I think that might be one of the better quarterbacks that we've faced all year. He did a good job of keeping plays alive. He was a stud today.
With these 2 losses, how much room for error is there left for you guys to feel like this is the kind of season you want it to be?
Well, it don't get no tougher than these past 2 weeks, man. It really don't. But it's not about the opponent, it's about us. And we're still pretty confident. I like where our team is at. We still have a long way to go. But we're very confident. We're still confident. We know that we're a really good football team. So we'll get back on the horse tomorrow. And hopefully we'll squeeze out a victory next week.
Keith, the third quarter this season really has been really successful for you guys. Is there something that you guys are doing differently?
To be honest with you, I'm not sure. We knew that we needed to score in order to stay in the game. We knew that first drive out of halftime, we needed it. Bishop did an awesome job. What can I say?
Keith, it's easy to pick things apart especially during losses, but the one thing that's going to be continuously asked is why not more balls to Austin and Kaysen? What's going on there?
Guys are playing good. I think when Austin and Kaysen had their opportunities, they seized them. Austin had a nice little grab on a little over route earlier today. But I kind of like our offense being the ball spread around. And Austin made his play. You see he went up in the red zone and had an awesome catch in the back of the end zone. So we're still getting on the ball. It's not like we're not trying to call their plays. It's just teams are focusing in on them. Their coverages, their rolling coverages to those guys. And they're clouding some of our single, some of our 3-by-1 formations. So we'll still continue to try to get them the ball.
On Austin's touchdown, did you deliberately throw it that high?
Well, those are the kind of balls that you want in the red zone. It's high balls. It's either we get it, or nobody else gets it. So we practice those balls all the time. So that's pretty much where you want that ball.